Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. I say Capricorn Moon and the Moon card comes out as the key to the situation. All right. Let's take a look at the energy for the week of September 19th to the 25th for you and see, huh. Okay. Wow. Capricorn, you have a lot of healing energy coming in. It may be healing around fears, and anxiety. It could be healing. Wow, love your cards. There's a major healing coming in, but it almost feels like very much a healing in the soul space that is allowing you to set up to get ready to take some major action. It's almost like a need to rest. Yeah, see? Is a need to rest and recuperate before you get busy. So, major disappointment here. Overall energy here is the Three of Swords. So, the Three of Swords doesn't necessarily mean a breakup. And look, I mean, it is pretty much done there. It's been there and done there for a while. All we have left are like the skeleton of the situation. So there's a disappointment. Either it could be anything, and it could be a health situation too. Some of you may have had some kind of a heart event. It could be actual physical health or emotional health, and for some of you, it definitely looks more like that. I don't think that this is. It doesn't look like it's financial. So I would like to say this is a good time to say, if this is not resonating for you, check out your sun, your moon, and your rising, because one of those may be more accurate for you. And because that moon card came out in the center, I'm wondering if this isn't a lot about Capricorn moons. But we also have the Three of Wands. And so it's like allowing yourself to move from the energy of disappointment into where do I go from here, and the sun is rising on a situation, and I really do think that is what is happening here based on what I've seen on the other cards. So the key to the situation is this moon, and we have a new moon happening this week. It happens on Sunday. It's in Libra. It's about relationship balance. It's about bringing balance into a lot of situations and a new opportunity. But it also is a chance for us to look our fears in the eye and go, oh, I see you. You're just an illusion. And so the only truth is what you decide is true. And so everything is just perspective. And so you have an opportunity here to really release and let everything go, because your cards are all great, except for that Three of Swords. So there has been a major choice and major decision that you've been working on. We have the Lover's card here. With those two eagles there, it's a very high vibrational situation. It is something that needed a higher perspective and needed spirit-led, spirit-guided, high perspective choice and decision that's been weighing heavily on your mind, that impacts not only you but others in your life that are very important to you. And so it does come in around soulmate energy, because that is the 6, and we have 2 other 6s here in the heart space. And so we have the 6 of Cups, where we have the anxiety. It's around soulmates or soulmate situation, but we finish with the 6 of Swords, which is the healing and the moving forward and moving on. And so there is definitely this healing energy. And so for some of you, you may have had to walk away from a relationship, or a situationship, or a friendship, or a marriage, or a business partnership, or a group. It doesn't feel like a group. It feels small. It feels small. It doesn't feel like a big situation. It could be a friends group, though. It's okay, it could be because it could be so it could be childhood friends, could be family members. There's a situation where when you take a look at it from a higher perspective, you recognize that there was changes that needed to be made, and it kind of hurt. I can see that it hurt because the difficulty here, the challenge has been the moving forward, the moving on. But it's also when you have the Chariot here, it's like you're of two minds, right? And so are your actions in alignment with who you are now and what your goals and your dreams and your ambitions are? And so oftentimes in order to bring that stuff in alignment, you have to move in a different direction than the one you've been in. And so there is a need to release, and there's so much winged energy here because we have this lion, but here he is, the action to take. We have the lion, but he's in flight, much like these Pegasuses. Pegasuses? It's one Pegasus with two heads. Having the strength to move forward in alignment with what's really truly of value to you. That's sometimes incredibly tough because not everybody has the same vision that you do. And so you are being encouraged with the Knight of Wands to move in the direction of what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, what's of value to you. And not every choice and decision you make is going to be something that other people are going to necessarily approve of. You have to do what's right for you. You have the whole bottom row here is Major Arcana. And so that's the action phase. And so it feels like you are being moved forward by the hand of fate, by destiny, by the goal from spirit, and the key is also a Major Arcana. And so this destiny moment is it's being divinely guided. This choice again is Major Arcana. These decisions, these choices were always going to come forward at this time. And you're being asked to pick up the wand, to pick up the thing you're passionate about and move forward. And in the area of resources and what you're thinking about, we have the Four of Swords. And I just want to say, I just keep hearing them keep saying, give it a rest, give it a rest. Whatever the situation is, once you make the decision about what is the right direction for you, don't be second guessing yourself. Give it a rest. This is giving your mind a rest. I don't think it's about you taking a rest, because the advice here is the Knight of Wands and the Strength card, but it's flying. So no, I think it's not about what the choices that you're making, and it's moving forward in healing towards the star, towards the healing, towards the goal, towards the hope, towards the dream. The sun is coming up. There is movement forward. I think something needs to be laid to rest. Feels like you need to give your mind a break. Think about something else. And let time heal. That's what it feels like. Time will heal, because you'll move from the Three of Swords to the Three of Wands, where the sun is coming up and the new opportunities. And honestly, that sun coming up screams of the symbol for Libra season. Libra goes up like this and comes down. And so I think that this week you rest up, and with that new moon, you start taking action. So we start off with that moon in Cancer across the zodiac from you on Monday and Tuesday, and you have a lot of cards, and one of them is a Capricorn card. Of course it is. You have setting parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they align with your goals. Like, we weren't just talking about that. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. There's something where you just need to set up what is appropriate for you. You have to let your personality shine. Have the strength to let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. And you have look beyond the surface. Look beyond the surface says to avoid becoming distracted by surface issues, focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth into your world. The sea turtle. Dive a little deeper and let your mind take a rest. This is really about what is of soul value to you. And you have this playful dolphin card coming in. Dancing in the rainbow, and the rainbow comes after a storm, right? Dancing in the rainbow, break free from whatever you feel is holding you back, express happiness, and find what you truly desire. Bring your actions into alignment with your goals, and it's going to take what your dreams are. It's going to take willpower. And every time the negative stuff floats to the top, literally give it a rest. Just, make it go to sleep. Eventually, it'll get the ideas, the thoughts, the things that just trying to distract you. If you keep ignoring them, they actually go away. You have the card of joy. When that moon moves into Leo on Wednesday and Thursday at the equinox, whether it's fall equinox or the spring equinox, there's this big shift, this big change. It happens at 9:03 p.m. Eastern daylight time here in the U.S., which is, a minute before the sun moves into Libra. And so there's this energy here of the big shift, the big change, and you wake up on Friday with that moon in Virgo, and you are good to go. You're good to really start moving and reorganizing things. But this is about finding the peace and the balance. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. Take the time to play. Take the time to look for the sun. Allow the healing to happen. Set up the healthy boundaries. Keep the way, I feel like it's boundaries more around negative thoughts and ideas that drift through your own mind as opposed to even what anybody else is thinking. Because if it was what other people were thinking, I think the Five of Swords would be here. It's not. It's the Four of Swords, which means this is your stuff that's coming up, your thoughts. And you can just dismiss them, tell them to go away. You don't belong in my head right now. I'm thinking about this other more important thing. This more important thing is what brings me joy and what brings me happiness. I'm thinking about you. That doesn't do that for me. See you later. Okay, I don't know where that came from. Moon moves into Virgo at 3:53 a.m. And then a couple hours later, we have Mercury backing up into Virgo and Venus is already there. And so it is definitely this reorganizing energy around things that are of value, that are important to you. You have the Four of Spring. What's going to bring in the stability? After the Three of Wands, we get to the Four of Wands. And so it's that forward thinking of what am I trying to get to? Where am I going to bring that in? It's gratitude. Be grateful. You have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness and a contented personal life. And we have the Hanged Man, which really wants you to look at things from a different perspective, to see things different. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Give it a rest. Change the way you're looking at it. There's a better way to see things. Look below the surface for where the joy and happiness and the goodness comes from. What is the underlying motivation? What causes you to bring in the ideas around? What is it that you're trying to create? Why? Why do you want that? And if you know why you want that, that's the motivation. Then, so say you're trying to create a business, and are you motivated because you want to create something that brings you joy and happiness? Are you motivated because you want to, have a lot of money? I'm not judging anything. I'm just saying if you know what the motivation is, then you can focus on that and you can move it in the direction you want to go. Embrace your uniqueness, and also there's a temporary pause in the action. Over the weekend, give it a rest and think about what you want, your dreams, your goals, and start moving toward that, because Venus is going to oppose Neptune, and that's really about thinking about how you can make your dreams a practicality. And so you don't necessarily need to be taking the kind of action where you're doing things, but you could be taking the kind of action where you're dreaming and understanding your motivation so that you're more focused as you move forward. So, The moon's going to be in Libra on Sunday, right before that new moon. That new moon's at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time U.S. It's at 55 minutes, most time zones. And it happens at 2 degrees and 49 minutes of Libra, so it's really early degrees. And that 55, 5 is the number of change. And so 5 plus 5 is 10. That is a new beginning. That is the Wheel of Fortune turning, right? And so with this comes this opportunity to really change up everything that you want to look for the new opportunity in your life and where you want things to go. And so really focusing on bringing that in. You have here gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others and honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. If you allow yourself to be motivated by joy and happiness, on what brings love into your life, you'll be on the right track. That new moon brings awareness and hope. Awareness and hope. The Star card. This is a beautiful opportunity. If you're a Capricorn rising, this is actually happening in your 10th house of career. And there might be a new way of looking at things, but you'll have to check out where everything falls in your own personal chart. There's a real opportunity here. But awareness and hope. And that awareness and hope, I almost would say it feels like the awareness of hope. The awareness of the dream. The awareness of the goal. The awareness of what brings joy into your life. That is super cool. Looks like a really nice week. Feels very healing. Healthy boundaries are important. They're important. And I think the thing that you need to give it a rest is the negative stinking thinking that keeps popping up, the self-doubt or whatever it is that keeps driving you. All right, so check me out on Facebook every day. I do little readings for the energy of the day. I would love to have you stop by. I am live in the chat on the premiere video Sunday nights at 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time here in the U.S. I would love to have you come along. If you want to put questions in the chat, I'll be happy to answer them for you. So come and join in the conversation and hang out. And hopefully I'll see you there. And if you're still watching and you haven't hit the thumbs up, it's super appreciated if you would do that. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.